The sacred narrative of the golden tongue, the guardian of the night. This is the story of the Mayan goddess Ix Chel. This story is called the guardian of the night. Long, long ago, the heavens were filled with two great lights. One was the brilliant sun, and the other the shimmering moon. The moon goddess, Ix Chel, was a glowing beauty, and her radiant charms pleased all that looked upon her. But the sun god, wanted more than to just admire her. He wanted to make her his own. Unluckily for him, the goddess's grandfather was very possessive and would not let Kinichawa anywhere near his beloved granddaughter. The frustrated sun god needed to find a solution, and finally he did. Disguising himself as a hummingbird, he managed to sneak by the old man and into the palace. The goddess welcomed him kindly with a cool drink made of tobacco flower honey. "Do make yourself comfortable," she said. "Come, sit in this tree next to my throne." But no sooner had he perched himself upon the lowest branch than he felt a strange sting on his side and fell with a thump to the ground. "Ah, my grandfather is up to his tricks again," thought Ix Chel, as she carried the wounded bird to the safety of her own room. There she gently nursed him back to health, and soon he was able to spread his wings and fly again. But caring for the injured bird had awakened much tenderness in the goddess, a feeling she had never known before. And when the sun god suggested that they fly away together to escape her overprotective grandfather, she eagerly agreed. Some say a great streak of magnificent light was seen as they flew across the heavens together. Then others saw them rapidly row away in an abandoned canoe. But their romantic escape would soon be put to an end. This time the jealous grandfather had called upon the powerful storm god, Shak, to help him stop the young lovers. Ix Chel, sensing a coming danger, jumped from the canoe into the water below and transformed herself into a crab. The sun god soon followed, transforming himself into a turtle. But it was too late. Shak had already thrown his mighty lightning bolt at the little crab, piercing her through the heart. Poor Kinichawa watched helplessly as the stream gently swallowed the crab's lifeless body. But the kind moon goddess had many devoted followers of all sorts. Suddenly, hundreds and hundreds of heavenly dragonflies gathered from near and far. They fluttered their transparent wings, forming a thick, magical cloud over Ix Chel. Their buzzing songs could be heard like sacred hymns for their beloved mistress. Then, carefully hiding their activities from all curious eyes, the dragonflies went straight to work. For 13 days they cut, cleaned, and hollowed 13 logs. And on the 13th night, a wonderful thing happened. 12 of the logs broke open, and from them awesome sacred snakes slithered out. From the 13th, however, the magnificent Ix Chel emerged, once again alive and brilliant. The sun was overjoyed at his change of luck, and wasted no time in proposing marriage to the glimmering moon goddess. Ix Chel happily agreed. They built themselves a heavenly home, and side by side they lit up the sky with their powerful rays. But it was not long before they had new troubles. The happy couple began having frequent visits from the sun god's brother, Shak no Ik. His brother was very handsome, and it was quite clear to all that he too was in love with Ix Chel. The sun god became very jealous. In fact, he became so jealous that he could no longer bear to see his wife and brother together. And one day, Kinishawa, in a moment of insane rage, threw the moon goddess down from the heavens. Luckily, however, she did not fall into the smoking volcano, nor did she fall into the deep lake below. Chance would have it that she landed gently onto a soft, grassy bank. She was not injured, but she was frustrated by her husband's mistrust. Little by little, Ix Chel's hurt turned to anger, and then to defiance. How dare he treat me this way, she thought. Just at that moment, a huge bird came gliding down and landed close to her. It was none other than the king of the vultures. The kind bird, feeling compassion for the angry goddess, offered to take her to the high mountain peaks where he lived. It was in this way that Ix Chel met her new friend and began a happy life with him. But the sun soon learned that far from suffering, the moon was very well treated by the charming king. His jealousy grew even hotter than before. He was determined to teach her a lesson once and for all. Hiding inside the skin of a deer, he waited to be spotted. And not long afterwards, as planned, a hungry vulture came swooping down upon him. But no sooner had it landed than Kanichawa hopped onto its back. The surprised bird had no other choice than to fly back to the mountain peaks where Ix Chel now lived. Once there, tears streaming from his eyes, the sun begged the moon to come home with him. He knelt before her, apologizing with all his heart for the bad way he had treated her. The kind and forgiving goddess took pity on her poor husband. She finally agreed to go back with him. She bade the handsome vulture and her new friends farewell, and flew back into the heavens with the sun, to sit once again upon her celestial throne beside him. She had not been back for long when Kanichawa's true nature began to show itself again. Although he had no reason to be, the sun god was jealous of every man she spoke to. "It is true that you are radiantly beautiful, wise and gentle," he said, "but if I cannot have you for my own, no one else will have you as you are." And in his moment of rage he scarred her round moon face and dimmed her bright rays. Oh, how horrible, you may be thinking, and rightly so. But we must remember that Ix Chel was a goddess with superhuman powers. She could change herself into a crab or fly through the sky like a bird. So why did she leave the scars and accept her dulled condition? Some say that it was her gift to the people. A gift to the people, you might reply? A strange gift indeed. But there are many who believe that it was Ix Chel's way of reminding us that we should never allow anyone to mistreat us. We will never know for sure, but what we do know is that Ix Chel, defiant and furious, flew off into the night, leaving the sun far behind her. "From this night on, I will appear alone," she decided. Then, wandering through the dark sky, she thought about those who prayed for her help, those who needed her, those who truly loved her. From now on, she would only and always be there for them. Some said that Ix Chel was the first woman in the world, that she was the mother of all gods. It was she who flooded the earth in order that life could start anew. It was she who helped mothers bring babies into the world and healed those who were ill. And of course, it was she, along with her dear friends the stars, who guided night travellers back to safety with her pale blue rays. Do you ever look up at the moon? Can you see her scarred face? Can you see her soft glow? Can you imagine that this beautiful guardian of the night is watching over and protecting you?